As we inch closer to the big kick-off, we continue our look back into the tournament's glittering past with a trip to Paris and the 2007 final.
07, I think for us was really special. I think it was also going back to 2004 when there was a new coaching regime. Jake White came into the setup, brought John Smith in as a captain, and he sat us down in the first meeting with the team and said we're going to win the World Cup in 2007. And we all sort of had looked at our phones, checked our calendars, and it wasn't April's Fools. Judging by what had happened in the 2003 World Cup.
First thing he said was, guys, we're going to win the World Cup in 2007, but it's going to take 4 years of preparation. And you go back and at that stage, even I thought to myself, he must have come from a bar to say something that radical at a time like that. And he's the one who's probably laughing at me because he believed that firmly from that day, that he said it in 2004. And the belief certainly wasn't within us as a squad in 2004, but it grew and grew and grew until we got onto that airplane in 2007, and we knew that our destiny and our path and our only purpose was the fact that we'd put these 4 years in our pockets as work and experience for one purpose, and that's to win the cup.
That whole tournament, coming to the end of it was, was so exciting. England knocking out Australia, France knocking out New Zealand. So at that stage, it was all up to us. It was for us to lose the World Cup, and I think we decided as a team that day, that we want to go all the way.
It was a real special atmosphere. One, I think, for us, we were. It was a month previously that South Africa had beaten us 36-0 in the pool stages. So there was, unlike 2003 when there was almost an expectation that we'd get there, in 2007 from the fans there was a lot of surprise, and it was just, we're delighted to be here. And but in terms of us, that had all been forgotten about. We'd had a great week's training, build up to it.
The guys were nervous. It was, you can imagine, after such a big build up, we realised we were playing a different English side in the final. We certainly knew there wasn't going to be another 36-0 encounter. The week leading up to the final, we said we've now got ourselves one hand on the cup by winning in the semi-final and winning well. There's only way you can put the next hand on the cup and make it yours is to go and play this test like it's the last test and the only test that ever matters in your life. And I think we did that. We probably played within ourselves because we were so nervous and so set in our ways to make sure we just didn't make any mistakes. We tactically we were astute. We certainly could have taken a lot more risks in trying to find spaces and holes in defences, but we basically did what was required to win. And even in the final, as nerve-wracking as it was, we really felt like we were in control of that test.
Gummersall gets it away, not a good pass, missed out Cat there. Luckily Matthew Tate was there and Matthew Tate gets away. This great young centre from Newcastle is going. Matthew Tate brought down a couple of metres short. Superb play by Matthew Tate. Gummersall out wide. Try at the corner. That is Cueto for England.
Grounding was fine. Joel, I looked at Joel and he kind of felt, yeah, I think it is, because it was one of those where when you saw it first up, it looked like everything was done right, but then that's when you're not 100% sure, you kind of go up and you ask the question. So it was a really, really tight call. But even looking at the replays, you're kind of going, oh my God, this is tight, like it's really, really, really tight, and you can't tell from that distance because you're not able to see, was the foot in touch before the ball was grounded? From what we saw afterwards, up until we saw one clip where the picture was clearly stopped where his foot was on the line and the ball was about 2 inches off the ground. It was only at that moment that it was absolutely unquestionable the right decision.
I think South Africa just had more experience, probably a little bit more experience in key positions and a kind of innate belief that they were going to win. Whenever you play against South Africa, you know that you're playing against a team that believe that they're the best, and in order to beat them, you have to kind of believe that you're better. And perhaps in the final analysis, when we went into that game, perhaps not enough of our team actually believed that we were capable of winning, and we got very close.
They're about to become world champions.
I saw Free kick it out and I knew. And I just dropped to my knees, put my hands up and thanked the Lord. And that's all I could do. It was the first thing that came to my mind, was to thank the Lord for what He's done. And the next thing is I hugged the ref. He was the first guy around. I think had it been anyone else, I probably would have hugged him too, but the ref was the closest guy. I hugged him. I was just tears coming down my cheeks. It was an amazing feeling. Sixth person to touch that and lift that cup up, it's surreal. And I don't think I'll ever be able to quite contemplate how massive that moment is in my life. I've only felt like that twice in my life. And the first time was watching my daughter being born, and the second time was actually lifting that trophy, because it's actually happening right in front of you. You just wish you could slow things down.
And I think it was probably being back home that it really encapsulated 2007 for me. Going on a tour through the country and going to the likes of the rural areas in the Eastern Cape and seeing black youngsters run 4 or 5 kilometers behind a bus, just to continually get a glimpse of their heroes was something that no trophy, no prize money, nothing you could put a monetary value on could compare to. It was really so special, and to be a part of that success and have made such a big contribution was really awesome. But to have seen what it meant to people in South Africa, people of all colours, was absolutely fantastic.